Alrighty. So you previously owned Universal Car Sales on Cleveland Ave, Northside Columbus, for those don't know. And you're still currently selling cars as a wholesaler today. As the hustler you are, would you say wholesaling is the best place to start for an entrepreneur?
Well, it's a couple levels of how people might consider wholesale. You got wholesaling where it's B2B, selling to businesses and etc. The way I look at wholesale is I look at it where just like everything else, where there's a price or a value of what it is that I'm purchasing, and I have room to put a profit on it, and it's room for someone else to put a profit on it. That's what I personally look at wholesale when I'm speaking of vehicles. So just for giving a quick example, if I buy a car and it's worth $5,000 and I end up getting to get it at $2,000 for whatever reason. Now again, that might be something I might have to do to it. Might have to put a hood on it, fender on it, whatever. That's things I learned over time. Again, so I ain't got to pay out so much money, which makes my profit higher. But then from there, I can turn around and sell it for $25 to $3,000, and it's still under the fair. We ain't talking about retail number. Retail number of this vehicle is $7,000. We talking about fair, like the lowest number on the book value. So if I'm able to give it to somebody for 25 to 3 bands, they can go and make another $1,000 on it. That's what I consider wholesale. So that cars is just kind of like one of them things that, first of all, like everything else that we talked about previously, it's a niche of mine. I love cars. I come from the hood, bro. I ain't come from a lot, but I wanted a lot, like all of us do, and I had to make it work for my way, make it work for me the way I can touch what I need to touch. Now I don't touched over 2,000 cars, you know what I mean? But I did it my way, you know what I mean? I could pick and choose what I want to keep or what I want to sell at this point, but I did it my way, and again, nobody taught me none of this. But anyway, long story short, I look at cars as an asset. You know what I mean? So all the other things we talked about, and there's other things we ain't talking about in this interview, but I take money and put it into things. I like my money to make me money. So once it go from here and here and here, then and it's like sitting still again. Me and my team, we get into stocks, we get into real estate investments. Again, it's other things we ain't talking about on this interview. But for me personally, one of the things I do by myself is I take some money that I might, got rid of a laptop load, for instance. That laptop money come in, I reinvest and restock my room or my store, and then I got some money left over. I might go and grab a car. You know what I mean? I don't need a lot of cash. You know what I mean? My things are taken care of, and I gotta give myself a budget first of all. Big thing, y'all. If you're gonna hustle of any kind, you gotta give yourself a budget, bro. You can't let your money burn your pocket. So anyway, long story short, um, wholesaling is something I would say that you can do if you want to get up on some thousands at a decent rate. You know what I mean? Like, so you again, it is just like what I said. You can work at Rallies or McDonald's, and which I used to, y'all, when I was 14. You could take a $300 check, take about three of them, go get you a car for $900. No telling whatever you might have to do to it. You need to buy accordingly, according to what your budget is going to be. But then from that $900 car, if you look it up and that's worth $3,500, you can make you a quick $1,000, and then you keep that money separate and keep it rolling. And making that over there has got that's that car money, and it's making thousands. Tax season, if anybody know anything, it's bands to make in tax season. And it go further than that. It ain't even just cars, motorcycles too, and anything else that's selling. So I would say, in my sense of wholesaling, it's a good way to start to get your bread up. You know what I mean? Because when it comes to car lot and going just skipping everything, and it takes money to hundreds of thousands, 100,000 plus to start a car lot. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to get there and get somewhere, I would say wholesaling my way. My word of wholesaling is definitely a good place to start, because you can start from the bottom with a minimum of knowledge, and you can get up on some bands real quick.
Understood. Now I'm curious, man, because the entrepreneur spirit is strong right here, right now. So, as a youngin, who did you, or was there anybody that you looked up to for inspiration when it came to how to hustle? Was there anybody that kind of showed you or really taught you how to go about, your entrepreneurship skills, or were you just blessed to figure it out the way you did?
I kind of would say, man, that I guess, according to my team, man, my bro Jay, he say, we kind of got the 1%er minds, man. So I definitely would say it's a mindset of how I'm already structured. So I can't say anybody, that's why it's chiefs and Indians, and everybody's not a chief. But I will say that I don't have anybody that I knew personally that I looked up to or that winged me and taught me how to do whatever. I learned it out of what I seen. I'm a hands-on person, man. So I learned it, and I learned it by what I wanted, things that I wanted in life and I didn't have. So I put my mind to, think how I can do it in a legit form, and I just make it happen. Like I said previous, I don't really get into the outside input. So if I put my mind on something and I mastermind click, shout out. I'm a run towards what it is that I'm trying to put together. So I can't really say that nobody's winged me, man. I don't have any OGs. I don't have no dads, no uncles, no grandfathers, no dudes from the hood. You know what I mean? Anybody can do what the hood niggas was doing. You know what I mean? At least try it anyway. How successful you are is a whole nother thing. But I didn't want to go that route. Did I dabble young? Of course I did. I'm a hood nigga, or was. But anyway, the point is to get up out of it. But anyway, no, nobody winged me, man. I just kind of really off of the way my mind is set, things I wanted, things I seen, and what I projected for myself to aim for. You know what I'm saying? So really, that's kind of how it all comes out, man. And when something works, man, I exploit it. If I try something and it work, I'm on it heavy. You know what I mean? Until the rag is wringed out. So, that's, I don't get distracted, man. Again, each his own. So that's just the way it is for me. But nah, it didn't come. But what I can say, man, is like versus today's time versus back then, even watching music videos, we come from BET and all that different stuff, man, and I'm watching people shining, you know what I'm saying? And it's like different from what people take from music, like the youth take from music now. Like, they kind of like, they're OGs as niggas their age and younger. Like when we was growing up, the niggas I listened to was at least 5-10 years older than me. So they was kind of giving some game, you know what I mean? Something to strive for. And then you see their videos, whether it was real or fake. On my end, it looked real, so it gave me something to aim for. You know what I'm saying? It's just to add up, 1 + 1 = 2. So if you want a hot chick and she don't want no bum, you might have to get out here and make yourself look like something. You know what I mean? So it's just a different time, man, in the way people look at things. But definitely didn't come from nobody, man. I can honestly say it's kind of just how I'm built, and then I continue to build myself. You know what I mean?
The intelligence is at a high level. I think it's clear. You don't really have no debate there. Did you go to college at all? Like, was there any extracurricular? Was there anything outside of, the regular K through 12 that you got into? Or, I mean, where'd all of this, IQ and this mindset really come from? I know you said, we spoke on the 1%er mindset, but was there anything that kind of helped mold this mindset? Or is this just straight up, man, I'm a rare individual?
I can just say, just from wanting more, man. Honestly, I give a shout out to my mom, man. She raised 4 by herself, and it started there. It started for me not wanting her to struggle and wanting to do more. I was a young man, teenager, paying bills with my mom. Like, I'll grab a bill and pay it just to relieve something from her. So it kind of the structure starts kind of there. You know what I mean? And but from there, bro, it's like, it's just really the grind, bro. Like, it's just what your vision is. Everybody looking out a different set of goggles, man. And my vision goes far. But I will say that, just like a lot of other people before I did have these knowledges of different things that I learned that I can put my hands in and put money in. I went and got a CDL, y'all. I drove semi-trucks. It's a 6-figure a year job. So once again, I'm aiming for big things, you know what I mean? But I don't want to do no broom and no forklift and no loading, picking, packing truck type work. You know what I mean? Like, I just never really wanted to be a $20,000-$30,000 a year dude. You know what I mean? Like, nothing against them, but that's the difference between the Chiefs and the Indians. My vision is just a little bit bigger. So even when it comes to a job, like 21 years old, I went in CDL school. Like, like if I'm going to do anything and I'm going to work, first of all, I ain't going to have nobody on my back because I'm in my truck driving dolo. You know what I mean? And I'm going to make some good money doing it. But then from there, I set that bar to make a certain kind of money from the CDL stuff. So now at that point, anything that I do outside of that, got to make more than that. So I set the bar for myself pretty high from just going to CDL class and getting out in the CDL semi truck driving field. I don't drove dump trucks. I don't drove coach buses, school buses. I don't drove concrete trucks. I don't drove everything that the CDL allowed me to move on. And it's just that the way my mind is, it will still work. Even though it paid, I didn't like nobody telling me I got to get up at 5 in the morning. And I guess that's just the way my mind is working. I want to get up when I want to get up, and I want to get up for the kind of money that makes me excited to get up. And that's me right there. Like, so, yeah, that's the answer to that one, my brother.
Well said. Now we're gonna turn back to the music. Aside from the album releases that we spoke on earlier, you also dropped 6 official music videos in 2025 as well.
Was it 6?
It was 6 to my knowledge.
All right.
So, do you have a favorite music video, and what video can fans expect from you next?
You know, even though I can say this video could have been shot better, I wish my new editor would have got a hold to this video, but I like the rawness of Trust Issues because it kind of matches what the song was on. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, it's direct. Didn't need no partying, no girls shaking booties in the video or none of that. It was just straight raw. Now, I mean, the skills of the one recorded it could have been a lot better from the camera turning and all that like that. But the scene, I guess I could say, the setting and the scene was a good situation. I just kind of wish I was had a better cameraman on the job. But I do like that situation. You know what I mean?
Okay. What video can fans expect from you next? That could be something unreleased or something you got released and just hasn't got the visual treatment yet.
We got a lot of videos coming up still for the compilation, the Be Hustler and Columbus compilation. We're going to try to get us a Now or Never, not Now or Never, On My Way. We're going to try to get an On My Way video, but we're going to do that one right, y'all. We're going to get out here and put some money behind it and do that one right. It's just that kind of song. That's a radio hit, in my opinion. So it's got the harmony with the rapping to it, so it's worthy of a little bit more. So On My Way, we're going to work on. Snapper is also one of my favorite videos. That was done by my bro. That I, kind of the first set of quality in my sense of out of my videos that came out, but it wasn't just me. You know what I'm saying? That's my team. That was off the Columbus and Be Hustling Columbus. But I will say Snapper video was definitely a hot one. But long story short, moving forward, I definitely would say On My Way is going to be dropping, and then from there, I'm gonna definitely get a couple videos off of the R&B album, R&B Vibes. Y'all check that out. Dropped like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, like that, just slowing it down for y'all. But anyway, I'm gonna get a couple videos off of that. And again, we kind of upscaling right now, so we're gonna start putting a little bit more into our videos. Stuff is getting a little bit more quality to it. But then after that, we gonna get ready to get into some newer stuff. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much the layout of some videos. Definitely be some coming. Definitely have at least another 6 or more, really. And then I'm featuring all kind of music with my team, so y'all definitely see me. You know what I mean? In the video game, for sure.
Okay. Now, closing out. We're getting close to the end here. As a father, a husband, and a leader in the city of Columbus, what message do you have to the Columbus creators finding their way in 2026?
Husband, to my wife, they want to see me. I told her I would do that. Anyway, check it out. I would say, off of the way my structure of my mind is, don't ever let nobody tell you you can and can't do nothing. I'm a man that done everything that I've done, and I've never done any college. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Let's just keep it buck. I ain't even graduate high school. Now, I ain't telling y'all to aim for that, but that's just who I am.
It's motivation.
I was already a man at a young age. Again, like I said, if y'all heard me earlier, I was paying bills with my mama at 14, 15 years old. So I was already had a different vision that school wasn't able to give me, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But I turned out to who I am. So long story short, what I would definitely tell the youth is don't ever let nobody tell you you can't do nothing. You turn that into fuel. And that's my motion right there and my motivation. And you tell me no, you just put some gasoline in me. Now I'm going to drive over you. And that's that.
And my last question for this interview, what message do you have to Columbus for 2026? Whether it's a look out, I'm coming. Hey, I want to work out with work with everybody possible. Everybody get the hell out my way because I ain't slowing down. What's your message to Columbus and everybody that you hope sees your video your videos, sees you this year, what's your overall message that you want to get across this year and everything that you do for this year?
It's kind of a lot what you said. If you've been hating, stay hating. You know what I mean? Because we gonna definitely ride right on over you. Again, you tell us we can't, we can, we can do it even better than what you thought we could. So I'm a dangerous person to tell that we can't do something. So with that being said, like you just said, we coming. First of all, Mastermind Click, we coming, and whatever levels y'all find that to be coming, we coming. I might y'all say some ghetto stuff, but we on a decent side right now. But we'll keep it like that for there. But we coming, we coming, and we coming. You know what I'm saying? For sure. We ain't stopping. Can't stop, won't stop. Take that.
No Diddy. Look.
No Diddy.
Well, Hus, man, it's been a pleasure. I really appreciate you taking out this time, man, to do this interview. I'm sure our viewers have gained a lot from your intellect, a lot of the good game that you gave, and also you've given more of an insight, for your fans and those who didn't maybe know your discovery for the first time. You've given them a good look into who you are as the person, the artist, the man himself. I really do appreciate you for taking out this time to do this, man, and wish you the best in everything you do in 2026.
No doubt, I appreciate that. Central Ohio Creators, shout out. Come see them, y'all.
We out.